He's 67 years old, and I would put him against any 35-year-old.
In October of last year, I was splitting wood all day, and I had a particular log on the log splitter. It's what they call a Y piece, and I had it backwards, and the wedge went up against the piece of wood. It pushed the log off the backstop of the splitter and hit me on the left side and drove me about 5 feet to the ground. I could not breathe. I dragged myself over to the log splitter. I grabbed a hold of the top of it and I pulled myself up. I worked about another 15 minutes of splitting wood, and I said to myself, Don, I think you really hurt yourself.
When I did see his facial expression, that's how I knew he was hurt so badly. I just said, get in the car, I'm going to take you to the emergency room.
Once I was in the hospital, Beth was standing alongside of me on the one side. From that point on, I remember the look on Beth's eyes, like I saw her eyes get very big.
I really got frightened when the two nurses took me around the corner and put me in a private room. That was when I really got scared and realized that this injury was a lot worse than I thought.
So he had developed a blood collection around the kidney, and we could see that. He was still actively bleeding. And we knew that we're going to need to do something to stop that bleeding.
Next time I opened my eyes, there must have been 18 people in the room. After that, I guess I went out again.
In a matter of about 15 minutes, we actually assessed the situation and moved him over to the angiographic suite, where one of our interventionalists proceeded to do a catheter-based intervention for him to go straight to the kidney through the blood vessels in the groin to stop the bleeding. If an operative intervention for that were to occur, maybe about half of those patients might even lose that kidney.
And if it wasn't for their skill set at Grandview, I wouldn't be here. The nurses in the ICU were angels. I bet you I didn't go more than an hour for all those days without having them come over and see how I was doing. They kept me cheerful. They'd ask me about my dog or my family, because I have a very precious dog.
It certainly was a pleasure to take care of Don. He's just a wonderful gentleman, and I think he kind of exemplifies the reason why we're here.
When we first went into the hospital, the nurse in that had told Beth that the proper procedure probably would have been to call an ambulance with an injury like that, and then by law they have to take you to the closest trauma center, and I would never have made it.
Everybody was so wonderful to myself, to the 3 children when they took turns going in to see their dad, and I'm just so happy that they were there when we needed them.
So that's all part of why I'm here today, talking to everybody, is because my wonderful wife, Grandview, the trauma center, and the good Lord was looking out for me. But I'm here today because of all that. All I can say is thank you.